Get off the diet go round. Get on with your life. I've kept the weight off for 8 years and counting. Get free self-care coloring and activity pages. The link is in the description.
Hi, I'm Shelli Johnson, and this week we're going to be talking about making self-care a priority in your life. The best thing you can do for yourself right now is practice some self-care. When anxiety and fear get really high, your first thought is probably to figure out how to best protect yourself, search for solutions, and do your best not to panic. The last thing you're probably thinking about is self-care. I just want you to know that making self-care a priority in your life will ease your anxiety and your fear. It'll make you feel better about yourself, better about your life in general, and especially when there's all kinds of uncertainty, self-care is something that's entirely under your control.
What self-care is not.
Self-care looks different for everybody. What one person may consider self-care may not be what's self-care for you, and that's okay. Here's what's for sure though. Self-care is not something you force on yourself or do because somebody else wants you to. It's also not doing something that doesn't matter to you or that doesn't add some kind of value to your life or that doesn't bring you fulfillment and joy. Self-care is not hard work or stressful or just one more thing piled onto your to-do list that you need to get done in a day. Self-care is also not abusing any substances or behaviors, including food.
What self-care is.
Self-care is something you do deliberately and because you want to. It's something that nurtures you in some way. Self-care is done to increase your resilience so you can keep going in the face of challenges. It's also done to enhance your overall well-being, including physically, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually too. You know yourself best, so think about what you most need to feel calmer and supported and better about life right in this moment that doesn't include abusing any substance or behavior. What would comfort you and make you feel replenished? What would bring you joy? That's self-care for you, and that's what you need to go do for yourself.
You're not alone in struggling with food.
I've struggled with food more in the past few weeks than I have in the past few years. It's partly the state of the world right now. It's also partly from feeling vulnerable and exposed because of the publication of my weight loss book. I've kept over 160 pounds off for 8 years and counting. And even after all these years, the temptation to abuse food hasn't left me for good. But here's the win. At least I recognize what's going on. I know it's not about the food. It's all about what I'm feeling. All this anxiety and fear and vulnerability. All these emotions that I don't want to be feeling. I want food to numb me and make everything better. I also knew that food might numb me for a little while, but food will never fix it. And being aware of all those things are huge wins too. I know exactly what I need to do to get myself through that temptation to abuse food so that I don't go spiraling out of control and binging for days or weeks or months. That knowledge and acting on it, that's a major win also.
2 questions you need to ask.
In those moments when I just want food to make everything go away, I stop and ask myself, what's the matter, Shelli? What do you need? The answers to those questions are the basis for my self-care. Mostly what I need these days is a lot of downtime to relax, rejuvenate, and let myself feel whatever it is I need to feel. I've been spending a lot of time in my backyard because that calms me down and makes me feel connected to something greater than myself. I've also been writing my novel because that brings me joy. The best way I can take care of myself is to listen to my body. And it's only when I'm calmer that I can actually hear the signals my body's trying to tell me. That's especially true about hunger and fullness cues. I really can't hear them when I'm an emotional train wreck. Self-care really is the key to calming yourself down. So if you find yourself panicked, worried, fearful, full of anxiety, and maybe being in your life or your body seems to be difficult, take a moment, don't abuse any substance or behavior, including food, and ask yourself those 2 questions. What's the matter, and what do you need? What's the matter will pinpoint the problem. What do you need will tell you how to heal yourself. Then do yourself a kindness, listen to your own wisdom, and act on it. Take really good care of yourself, especially now when everything in the world is so uncertain. You're worth the time and effort to do that. I assure you that you are.
Start where you are. Weight loss can help you make self-care a priority in your life. It can also help you eat what you want, lose weight, and keep it off.
Just remember, every mistake is simply a brand new chance to do it better the next time.